All right. Hey, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. You guys go ahead and share this feed. Share this feed. This is going to be a really, really great conversation today. I'm so excited to have these two powerhouses on that I've been mentoring, and they're just dynamic women, really. They're dynamic women in their own right, doing their own thing, and decided to join this whole wealth movement. So if you've been kind of watching from afar and saying, is this for me? Is that just Jewel? Is that just L'Oreal? Is just that Donna? Listen, it's for anybody that says, you know what? I'm ready to become wealthy. I'm ready to grow. I'm ready to learn. Ultimately, my prayer is that you would get a revelation on that fact that we need to be infinite learners, right? Forever learning, forever changing. The world is changing. And guess what? It's going to keep changing. And guess what? In another year, it's going to keep changing. And so if you are moving like you moved last year, it's probably because you've not taken in enough information, right? And so we have to become information hogs. Like we're in an information age, and the person that has the right information, not all information, but the right information, can really set themselves up to live amazing lives. And so I'm so excited to be joined today with these two beauties. Guys, go ahead and share this feed. Going to be some great dialogue on here that I think will be able to help a lot of people. So first, L'Oreal Hartwell, I'm so excited to have you on, beauty. You are in Saginaw, Michigan, right?
Yes, ma'am.
By the way, y'all, I'm going to be in Muskegon and Flint at the last week of the month. So if you're anywhere in the Detroit area, I'm inviting you myself personally. We're all inviting you. You definitely want to come out. We're just got a couple more months before we wrap up 2020. And so I just declare that you're going to finish it strong. If you're on here up under the sound of my voice and you're going into 2020, you're leaving 2020 with a bang and going into 2021 with even a greater bang. So it's all about making the right choices. So L'Oreal, tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself, girl, because you are your growth has been like, I just love watching you grow.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. Jewel, for having me. Hey, Donna, my sister. It's just been an amazing journey, Dr. Jewel. Our paths crossed in 2016 with this whole platform and things like that. And at the time, I was just working and just really trying to find my way. So it was absolutely a tremendous divine connection. I am a wife, mother. We have 5 children, my husband and I, and we consider ourselves to be serial entrepreneurs. We want to create generational wealth and a legacy that we just didn't have growing up. And we wanted to just better equip our children moving forward. And we just always believed that we were destined for greatness, and we just couldn't settle even after going through bankruptcy, depression, foreclosure, just hitting the bottom of the barrel, if you will. Our will and our minds was that God wanted us to prosper. And so we just never gave up. And here we are today, just launched a new business in the city of Flint that we're excited about. It's a franchise that's been around for at least 50 years, and now it's owned by a Black family. So we're excited about that, and we're prospering in this pandemic. And it's just by being connected to the right people at the right time and just not settling. So I'm just excited to be here, and I'm looking forward to helping others reach their goals as well.
That is so huge. I love that. And congratulations. Applause, 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 applause on the donut shop. I love the pictures. I cannot wait. I just need y'all to get some gluten-free donuts. Okay? But I'm going to try one. I'm going to try one because I know they're amazing. You working on that? Okay, awesome. So really, really quickly, Donna, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, first of all, I'm just so excited just to be here in this space, learning so much new information. I come from a family that, we come from basically an impoverished background. And I always knew, even as a little girl, I'm like, even not knowing really what was going on, that, I was created for so much more than just this. I never was that person that was like, I'm cool with this. And so, after I gave my life to the Lord, and I just had a serious, serious hunger. And I knew that God wanted me to do something in his kingdom, and it was going to be great. No matter what I came up in, no matter what I saw, I always knew that it was going to be great. And so long story short, gave my life to the Lord. And after that, he showed me that I'm truly one of his kingdom financiers. I'm a person that's going to help finance the kingdom, finance the gospel. I am that person who he's calling and chosen in this season. And I mean, I'm ready to do it. I'm on fire. We've never really had, my husband and I, we have 5 kids, 2 grandkids, and we've never really had, either one of us have ever really had any coaching, or any teaching or guidance from anyone else. But God has really, really taught us how to be about our business. We own multiple properties in this, in the city, commercial properties, residential properties. We're pastors now of a local church. I mean, we're doing it. And I'm like, just meeting you and knowing that God has planted you in my life at such a time as this. And so I'm like, hey, I'm ready to learn what I need to learn and raise the bar, and go high as God wants me to go. There's no limits, and I'm just ready to understand more and go hard in this Forex and everything else, hard assets.
Yeah.
Whenever you say something, I'm like, okay, she said we need to invest in some silver. Well, look, I'm investing in some silver. I got my silver assets and I'm ready to go, whatever it is she's saying. I'm like, I'm taking you as my life coach, my financial mentor coach, wherever you at, I'm at. I'm feeling like wherever you dwell, I'm dwelling. Wherever you going, I'm going.
Amen. Well, let me tell you, I'm so proud of you, Donna, because sometimes people in ministry, and my husband and I pastor an amazing church. We love the people so much. We're so in love with what we do. I love the people. I see some of my spiritual daughters on here this morning. What's up, Shamira? But I'm really grateful that you have made a decision that, hey, we're also going to be entrepreneurs. We're going to be business people, because I think there was like this whole misnomer that if you're in ministry, you don't have time to do anything else. But, when you empower yourself and you start empowering other people, that is ministry, right? And that we don't have to just walk in this one thing anointing. There's a multiple dimension anointing, I think, on all of us. And so, but we have to be open to it. We start saying what we can't do and where we can't go and what we can't have. And literally, there are literally no limits, like seriously. And so we all have to be, including myself, right, Angela? We all have to be continuing to challenge ourselves to go to the next level and to live life to the fullest extent. And so I'm really, really proud that you pushed yourself, because sometimes what happens is we push ourselves and then we'll pull back. Because we'll be getting out of our comfort zone. We'll be like, wait a minute now, I'll do all of that. And it's like, yeah, but there's a grace on your life to do all of that. You just got to make up in your mind that, you know what, I am going for all of this and some. I'm not leaving anything on the table, and I'm not missing any more opportunities, because the reality is, I believe in order to win people to the kingdom now, you got to have some drip. I know I was not interested in being a part of a church until I saw pastors that were really prospering, because I was hanging out with the dope boys and they was prospering, and I don't want to come into church and then have to be broke. So I think it's now more important that any leader, any influencer, whether it's religious, social, economic, education, you need to put yourself in a position to prosper, period, end of the story. So, okay, so L'Oreal, you hear about this information about trading foreign currency. What are you thinking of yourself when you first hear?
Oh my goodness, what is this? Looking at the charts, in a presentation, it definitely was a foreign language. But I didn't let that stop me. One thing about me is I love challenges. So I was like, okay, whatever it takes, literally, I'm going to learn it. I'm going to put the time in, because it wasn't at that point. Again, it was one of the lowest points of our lives financially, me and my husband. And I said, this vehicle is something that I can use to build my family up. So I'm just going to hit the books. I'm just going to, do whatever, just follow the leader pretty much. Whatever the educator telling me do, you, Dr. Jewel, it's like, if it works for Dr. Jewel, it's going to work for me. And that's what I got good at, following the leader, and modeling successful people. So I'm grateful again for your leadership in that respect. But it took me a minute to just wrap my brain around how everything flowed and all that. But this space really helped to break it down on a very elementary level, so the average person can definitely understand it.
Yeah, that's good. And so what were some of the things once you signed up? Because you signed up, you like, what was it that you started doing where you said, okay, I'm about to take responsibility for my education? What did that part look like? Because you can sign up, but comprehending that's two separate things. So
absolutely,
the education is there, it's simplified, then you had a part to play. So what do you think it was that you started doing?
You hit the nail right on the head. I took responsibility. Although we have a tremendous network, we have a lot of teammates and sidelines, and everybody just really wants everyone to win. But at the end of the day, it was up to me to plug into the training. It was up to me to, invest in myself and invest the time and all of that. Again, taking responsibility, takes the power away from everyone else, and I get back in the driver's seat, if you will. So no one else is responsible for getting me to where I want to go. It's all about me. So although I have a great support system, it was like a tunnel vision that I had to adapt to. And I'm grateful that I did, because now I'm able to help others, see that vision as well. Yeah, it can be overwhelming in the beginning, but you literally just take it one step at a time. You don't have to do 20 and 50 steps all at once. A, then let's go to B. And then let's go to C, and this consistency is key. And then eventually you'll reach your destination.
Yeah, that's so good. Donna, what about you? What was the thing because I'm sure when you first came in, you were excited, like, woohoo! Yeah. And then it was like, oh, this is new.
Oh yeah. It was very, very overwhelming first to me, when I first started, and I said, okay, no, I can do this. I can definitely do this. And I just had to take time to make time, take time to make time. And that's really what it was really all about. And it was one presentation that I heard that really, really just snatched my heart. And I said, oh my goodness, if I can learn these strategies, if I can learn this, then I can teach this to my children. And that was the thing that really, really got me, because I was listening to a presentation and he was talking about how in Dubai, and that's the thing that got me. They said in Dubai, they actually have curriculums, like it's part of their curriculum as children to learn how to trade. And I said, wow, and that explains why, you see, different cultures come over to America, and they're coming over rich. They're coming over knowing what to do already. And I said, if we can just put this in our children, and, I have a daycare center too. And that just really sparked me, because I said, I can teach this to the kids at the daycare. I can, what I mean? And it really, really made my wheels start spinning. And I said, if I just take time to learn these strategies and learn these skills, then, it's like really a no-brainer. This is something you can take with you. No one can take it away from you. You can grab a skill that you can learn, and literally you can set yourself up for generational wealth. And that really got me.
That's so good. So about how much time are you spending a day trading now?
A day, I usually take at least an hour a day. Because I take my time to do it, and it doesn't even take that long. The part I love is that, with this DeLorean strategy, that particular one, I love it. It comes straight to my phone, and it takes about 3 minutes to put a trade in, look at the chart, check it out. And it takes about 3 minutes tops to put a trade in. And, it's awesome.
What are your favorite pairs to trade?
I love actually Euro JPY.
Okay.
Euro JPY. And that's when I'm doing HFX. When I'm doing HFX, I love Euro JPY and Euro USD. Them two pairs right there. Yeah. I understand them.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. I'm really proud of you. And you guys, you'll find out like what pairs you really like and what pairs you feel like you get to understand. L'Oreal, what's your favorite pairs?
NAS right now, to believe it or not, Dr. Jewel, again, you turned me on to that. And just watching how it moves in gold. I love gold.
Yeah, that's good. So you guys that are watching, you get your favorite pair, Michelle. You'll find out that, you know what I mean? Yes, Shamara, she said Naz is bae. That's pretty great. Right. And it's so cool because we have amazing mentors, right? And there were just some things that I needed to tweak in my strategy. I took $1,000 account, grew it to like $37,000 in like 2.5 months. But Lee Allen, which is one of our IM educators, she's like, okay, now looking at this, this is what you need to do different. When you take your next 1,000, I like to take 1,000, grow it, then pull the profit out, and then start back over with 1,000, because it keeps you really disciplined and keeps you from, ever like use the market's money. You know what I mean? Use the market's money to pay off your house, to live in your dream house, to buy your dream car. And I love it because I'm coming to Detroit the last week of the month there. I'll be staying there the entire week. I'm really excited about that. And I've been able to make, invest in the city of Detroit and buy homes in the inner city and rehab them and put good tenants in help to clean up, and working with the city of Detroit to do some demolition from houses that were abandoned next door to me and across the street. So doing a lot there. And that's what it's really about, going back home and, really, really doing your thing. Yes, Michelle King, I got you, girl. But yeah, so just send me a message, or whoever invited you on here, guys, right now. If L'Oreal invited you, if Donna invited you, if Shamira invited you, whoever invited you on this watch party, I want to encourage you guys to get back with them, because I promise you, this will be one of the smartest financial decisions that anybody could ever make. Don't go into the holiday looking for another job. Like, make yourself sit down and become an infinite student, so that you can gain a skill set that will, a wealth building skill set that will change your life forever. So L'Oreal, talk a little bit about what's happening in Saginaw. And of course, I'm going to be there in Detroit. I know you're going to be inviting people out to that meeting. There's a lot. Detroit has gone through a lot, but there's also huge economic revitalization and opportunities to really change the blueprint of that city. So talk a little bit about what's going on up there, and what can they expect? I can't wait to be up there.
Yes. So we definitely look forward to having you here, Dr. Jewel, and also Dr. China and Camille, everyone. Again, that's what you are tapping into. It's more than just another opportunity or anything like that. It's a whole network. It's a whole new way of thinking. This space definitely challenges your mindsets in a lot of areas. Dr. Jewel, you taught me last year, I'll never forget it, the difference between and also versus either or. That's why a lot of people feel the need, like they have to choose, or I have to find a second job, or I can learn how to trade. Or, but you can actually just work that 9 to 5 that you have and learn how to trade, build up your information, that education, because that mitigates a lot of risk when you know what you're doing and you trusting others. But what they can look forward to, coming in here, we're definitely going to be teaching. We have a lot of training that we're implementing. Donna and I are working with Auntie Jeannie. I don't know if she's on, but shout out to Auntie Jeannie. She's a phenomenal leader. Yes, happy birthday, Auntie Jeannie. So with her leadership and input and everything, we're looking forward to, really creating an experience. Although we'll be in the city, it may look devastating on certain instances, but like the Tales of Two Cities, it's the best of time and the worst of times at the same time. Yeah. So when you're able to get outside of the norm and just see some things from a different perspective, you'll begin to recognize opportunities that are right there. And so what I love about this space is it allows us, it's a vehicle. Our CEO, Christopher Terry, talks about using this as a vehicle to get to, what you want to do. If it's building, homeless shelters, if it's building, starting a law firm, building up your ministry, this skill set literally can fund your dreams, whatever it is. So I definitely encourage you, to, stop waiting or sitting on the sidelines, because we have tremendous momentum right now, and everybody's talking about Forex or whatever, but just definitely connect. It's all about who you connected with in this season, to help you really reach your goals. So I'm just excited. I'm overwhelmed. And so I'll defer back to you, Dr. Jewel.
That's awesome. Donna. So Flint, you're in Flint, right?
Yes.
So I know Flint also has gone through a lot with the water issue. How do you feel about this whole opportunity for economic development and revitalization? What would you tell anybody watching this anywhere in the area why they need to get out there.
Yeah, I would tell them, first of all, it's time to just seize the moment. Moments like this don't come, all the time. You just have to be able to just know when it's time to jump in the water, when it's time to just take that leap, of faith to just do something new. When you've been doing so many different things and things are not working, it's like, try something that is proven, it's proven to work, and connecting with the right people right now. This is a season to connect with the right people and not walk in fear because of what's happened. A lot of times people are fearful because of things that's happened. It's like, don't be fearful, tap into that gut, tap into that gut feeling when, you feel God telling you to do something. You feel like, oh, I got to do this. I have to do it. Don't be afraid. Just go ahead and jump into it, because this is a very life-changing opportunity. Of course, you have to be responsible. I mean, this market is huge. And because we've been introduced to such a huge market, we have to be responsible. You can't just come in doing, thinking you can be laxidocious and just doing any kind of way. No, you have to literally learn the skill set. You have to learn what you need to learn, and so that you can, go forth and advance in whatever area God wants you to advance in. And
That's good. That's good. Yeah. That's good, Donna. You're absolutely right. At the end of the day, I always tell people, you got to stay hungry and humble.
Yes.
I'm hungry. I know there's so much more, much more, and I'm going after it. And I'm humble. I'm teachable, right? I'm going to read from a little bit of this book. John Maxwell, No Limits is such a great book. He talks about, he mentioned in the previous chapter, I definitely recommend this as a read. He said that I always like to bring people around the table to help me. That includes the times when I'm trying to be creative. For example, as I began working on this book, I asked a group of good thinkers and innovators to help me explore the idea of capacity. And that's what we have here, guys. We have a group of amazing thinkers, right? Like, it sounds easy, but everybody don't think. And here's the thing. If you don't stay around thinkers, your mind can just kind of start slipping, because you're not around anybody that challenges you in the way that you operate, challenges you in the amount of money that you're making. Like, hey, you can be making more. Hey, you can do it better. I just had to bring on, I had an amazing property manager for the first couple of years of me, investing in Detroit, and I'll be so forever grateful for him. But it was time for him to move on. And I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And it was like, well, there are a lot of people out there that do that. Release your faith. And I got on the phone with some people that are in the real estate investing network, and they turned me on to a company, and it's already been an amazing experience. So there's always another level, right? There's always more, but you want to be around people. This space is huge because you want to get around people that think, that make you do inductive reasoning, deductive reasoning. Well, is that a good idea? Could we do it better? And that's what we're saying to you guys right now about your money. Like, it can be more. It can be in greater frequency. It can be in greater quantities. It can be brought to you easier, right? For those of you that are watching, I just want you to put in the chat, becoming wealthy is fun and easy. Becoming wealthy is fun and easy. That's a mindset. Becoming wealthy is fun and easy. So he goes on to say, he sits down with these thinkers and innovators to help him explore the idea of capacity. Some of the ideas were great. Some were good. Many were terrible. That's what you get when you try to do something creative, and that's okay. You have to deal with the misses to get the hits. So don't be afraid. Some of you might have said, well, last time I did this, or last time I tried that, but today is a new day. It's a new day. Okay. He says, when you ask creative people to help you, your goal isn't just to have people come together for a creative think session, right? And so your goal is to have the right people in the meeting. When you come to the meeting in Flint, when you come to the meeting in Saginaw, you're going to have the right people in the meeting where wealth specifically is concerned. If you're having issues with your heart, you need to go to the best cardiologist. If you're having issues with the digestive system, you need to go to the best GI doctors. If you're having issues in your flow of money, then you got to go and sit down with people that have more than you. Stop asking people who don't have what you want, what they think about what you should do. Never, ever consult. I don't care what their title is. You can love them. You can respect them. but I would not ask what they think about my money if they don't have more than you.
Come on.
Yep.
It's real important because some of
Mhm.
you guys have the wrong financial advisors in your life. And that's why this meeting in Saginaw and Flint is going to be vitally important that you get there. Okay. And so I'm going to be posting it on my Facebook page and also on my Instagram page. And I want them to follow you all because you're going to have the information too. Last thing, there are a couple words I want to give you. Fluency. Everybody needs to have fluency right now. Fluency is the ability to generate a number of ideas so that there is an abundance of positive outcomes. You're going to have an opportunity to learn how to trade foreign currency, cryptocurrency, binary options. You might say, I don't know what none of that stuff is. This is why this space is vital for you to learn, because what you don't know can leave you bankrupt. Flexibility. Right? You might say, oh my gosh, I work so many hours. I'm so tired. Child, this is why you need this. This is housekeeper money, driver money, cook money. Are you listening to me? You don't have to keep working so hard. You just got to learn how to use this. I was on the phone with somebody the other day and I was so proud of him. He said, I hadn't learned anything in over 20 years. I said, well, today is a great day to start. Because all you got to do is made up mind that I'm ready to start. Elaboration, the ability to add to build on. It's time for you to build. It's time for you to add on. That's what it's time for you to do. All right, ladies, tell them how they can follow you on Facebook and Instagram. And any last words for those people that are watching?
Yes. Well, you can follow me at L'Oreal Hartwell, just how it's spelled out on Instagram and Facebook. The handle is the same there. And in the final words I would say is like, if you had an opportunity to learn how to play golf by Tiger Woods, would you invest in that class? Or if you had an opportunity to learn how to play tennis or win the Wimbledon by Serena Williams, would you invest in that class? If you had an opportunity to learn how to play basketball from LeBron James, Stephen Curry, would you invest in that class? You know, this space is comprised of the best of the best. Christopher Terry is the trainer of traders. He made millions and millions of dollars, and he decided to bring Wall Street to Main Street, just to reach back, if you will, and help the average person. We have retired veterans here. We have retired nurses. We have 21-year-olds. We have, grandmothers, grandparents. It really doesn't matter. Financial literacy is important to anyone. You may not want to be a multi-millionaire, but you want to be able to live comfortably. You want to be able to enjoy life. I'm a proponent. One of my favorite sayings is abundance is my birthright. I am the highest order of God's creation. Therefore, I will never settle for mediocrity. I am built to be great. So I encourage you to, again, like Dr. Jewel said, just trust yourself, try something new. You cannot lose in this space. You advance in networking, you advance in the skill set that can never be taken away from you. And this can feed, generations to come. I have my 14-year-old son, he's in high school. He's going through the training because I'm creating moguls. We're not going to be consumers. We are creators, and so I'm just trying to instill that into him. And if he can learn it, you absolutely can learn it, and give yourself permission. That's just, it boils down to it. Eliminate fear, talking about timing. Oh, I'm so busy. I'm building literally 3 full-time businesses at the same time, but I made a choice that, I'm worth it. And I don't want to be working for someone else for the rest of my life. So absolutely, I encourage you, connect with this space, and you will not regret it.
Woohoo! And today was L'Oreal's first interview. She did so good.
Yeah.
That was great. Last words.
All right. Okay. So you can follow me on Facebook at Donna K. Gilbert Holmes, and also the same on Instagram. And, my final words that I would just have to say is just, trust it, trust God, trust this process and this information that's just been given unto you, because this truly is life changing. This is a major, major move. This is a major, major step to take, but it's all worth it. you're worth investing in your own self. I mean, you're worth investing into your own self. Whatever dreams you have, you don't have to put them on the back burner. You don't have to put them behind you and say, okay, well, I'll do them another time. Well, who knows when you will have another time. So just jump in now and take time now to make that opportunity great. You are created for greatness. You have purpose. You have everything it is that you need. There's nothing can stop you but you. Nothing or no one can stop you but you. When you get to the place and you realize that really, I'm the only one that can stop me. I'm the only one that can tell me if I'm going to do something or if I'm not going to do it.
That's right.
I'm my own boss. No
That's
one's the boss of me. I'm the boss of me. You're the boss of you.
I love it.
You just boss up and do what you was created to do. No one can be better at being you than you. So go on and be great. You don't need anyone's permission. Go on and be great.
That's it. God gave you a brain, honey. You better put it to work and don't ask nobody else if you can use your brain. That's like saying, can I use my hand? You don't do that. You just use it, right? That's why God gave it to us so that we can think and create and dominate. So anyway, guys, get back with the person that invited you on the watch party today. Get started. This is a great time. I declare that this is going to be the best Christmas of your entire life. That this Christmas will supersede all other Christmases, specifically where your money is concerned. In Jesus' name. Love you guys so much. Bye. Thanks, Donna and L'Oreal. Y'all are the bomb.
Thanks, Dr. Jewel.